Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving into web integration with Spline. If you've been wanting to add interactive visuals to your website or bring 3D directly into your projects, this mini masterclass will walk you through how to do it step by step. We'll cover exporting options, embedding with Spline Viewer, using the code export for frameworks like Vanilla.js, Three.js, React, even self-hosted, plus a few tricks for integrating with no-code builders like Framer and Webflow. Let's jump right in. Let's first take a look at exporting as a URL. Share your scene via a link which can be viewed directly in a browser. In the top right corner of the editor, click Export to open the export panel. You can click this small arrow to open the link directly, or copy the link here to share it. If you make any changes to your design, make sure to click the Update button at the bottom to reflect the latest changes. When you reopen the URL, you'll see the updated version of your design. If it doesn't show the latest changes, it might be due to browser cache. Try clearing it and reloading the page. You can share this URL directly with your team or clients to present your product ideas, landing pages, design concepts, portfolios, and so on. And now, let's go through the simplest way to integrate Spline into the web, the Spline Viewer export. This method lets you embed your scene using just a few lines of code. No setup, no build tools, just a copy-paste solution. Here's how to do it. In your Spline scene, go to the export panel and select Spline Viewer. Next, copy the embed code, then just paste it into your HTML or website builder's embed block. You can tweak options like background color, logo visibility, or scroll behavior. And if you make edits to your scene later, re-export to push changes to the link. Simple, flexible, and ready to go. You may wonder how the public URL and Spline Viewer are different. The public URL is a direct link to your exported scene, great for sharing or previewing. Public URLs can be embedded using an iframe, while the viewer is a native HTML component that enables more flexibility. Spline Viewer is able to capture the interactions, so you can take advantage of with a few additional features like scroll event, follow event, and look at event. Scroll event has a type called scroll which only works with the viewer export. Objects with scroll events will start animating once the viewer component comes into view on your web page, or a specific position of your web page. For both follow and look at event, you can control if the event works on the full window of the web page or only inside the container. Anyway, both URL and viewer are perfect for designers who want to add 3D visuals to an existing site without touching too much code. Alright, let's talk about the code export options, because this is where Spline's exports get more flexible if you want to go beyond embeds and integrate your scene directly into your project. You've got several export paths to choose from depending on your setup. The first one is vanilla JavaScript, which gives you a ready-made snippet to drop straight into your HTML/JS files. Here's a quick setup using Visual Studio Code. In your index HTML page, add a canvas tag with ID Canvas 3D. Add an import map in the head or body to reference the Spline runtime. Add a module TypeScript with the source main.js to reference your JavaScript code. Go to Spline and export as Vanilla.js, copy the code, and paste to main.js here. Serve the project locally by running the npx serve command in the VS Code terminal. Open the live link to view your interactive Spline scene in action. Looks nice. If you encounter CORS issues, make sure to self-host your Spline file and the script you use to load it on the same domain. To download the files for self-hosting, go to Spline's code export panel and click the download icon in the prod Spline text area. Now, if you export your scene as Vanilla.js, things get really fun. You can read and modify Spline object, listen to events, trigger Spline events from outside, preloading your scene, updating scene variables, procedural transitions from one state to another, swapping geometries like replace a geometry. Basically, it opens up a ton of possibilities to make your scene interactive and dynamic. Then there's Three.js, where you can use the official Spline tool loader package to load Spline code file directly into your Three.js scene, no conversions or extra steps. You should use this package if you want to access and manipulate your Spline objects and materials in a Three.js environment. Since the Three.js export doesn't use the Spline engine, some visual differences may occur, and events or interactions won't be included. You'll need to handle interactions and animations via code. If you want your scene to work exactly like Spline's play mode, it's better to use vanilla.js instead. For front-end developers using React, Spline offers its own package. You can simply copy the URL and pass it to the Spline component in React. It's lightweight, responsive, and plays nicely with state or refs if you want to interact with it dynamically. You can use this library in Next.js too, which lets you take advantage of server-side rendering for better speed. To do this, just import Spline tool React Next. The server will render an auto-generated blurred placeholder, which is shown until the 3D scene is loaded. Just like with vanilla.js, you can apply many effects and methods in Next.js. Click the button to open the docs for more details. And finally, if you're working in React 3 Fiber, it lets you describe the scene declaratively. Export for R3F in the Spline editor to get the generated JSX snippet, then paste that into your Spline component. The useSpline hook allows to load the exported scene. If any changes like addition of objects are made in the scene, make sure you update and recopy and paste the snippet. If you prefer full control over hosting and do not wish to rely on external servers or CDN requests, use the self-hosted export option. You can select self-hosted and pick your preferred code format. For a zero-config upload and go experience, use vanilla.js. If you're adding Spline to a full front-end project with your own hosting and build pipeline, use React or Next.js. Then click the download button, unzip the files, and upload them to your server. Spline gives you all the assets and code files so you can deploy them anywhere, Netlify, Vercel, or your own server. It's great for teams that need versioning or custom integrations. Alright, let's move on to web builders. The great thing about Spline is that it integrates beautifully with most builders, so if you have a favorite web builder and you don't know much about coding, you can still bring your 3D work to life. Starting with Framer, this one's super straightforward. Export as a Spline Viewer and copy the embed code. Go to Framer, add an embed block, and paste the Spline embed code into the HTML type. Then you can preview the 3D scene directly on your website. Pretty interesting animation, right? Now, Webflow actually takes things a step further. It has a native Spline integration built right into the editor. You can copy the scene prod.url in Spline, then go to Webflow, drag in the Spline block from the Add Elements panel, paste the prod.url there, and preview it instantly. Even further, you can also control your Spline scene directly from Webflow. For more details, please refer to the Spline documentation. If you're working with Wix, it's just as simple. In the Wix editor, click Add, Embed a widget. You can adjust the size, layout, or even make it full screen, and paste your Spline Viewer embed code. Moving on to Shopify, Spline embeds work perfectly for product pages or landing sections. In your theme editor, add a custom liquid or custom HTML block, then paste your viewer code to make your store feel more interactive. You can position it anywhere, even in product templates. And these aren't the only ones. You can try the same method with almost any web builder that supports custom HTML or embeds. If you can paste custom HTML code, you can add a Spline scene. And that's it for our web integration with Spline mini masterclass. I hope this gave you a clear view of how to connect Spline's creative power with real web projects. If you found this useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our other tutorials on our channel. Thanks for watching. See you on the next tutorial.